What's good, people? It's Coffee back again, y'all. And real quick before we jump off into the video, if you have not seen Squid Game yet, there are some spoilers in this video, okay? We're not jumping all off into it, going crazy with it, but there's definitely some spoilers. So keep that in mind. If you haven't watched it yet, you might want to go watch it. But then make sure you come back here to Coffee's channel and tap in, y'all.
Yep, I did finish. You finished it? You watched it? Yes. You done? Yes. I guess they do a link mail sent me about the whole shit. Yeah, I didn't like the ending. No, I know they started off with a season 2, but like, get on the fucking flight. It's in the dark, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my god, we were just talking about that.
Oh, literally just made that point. So I don't like that. It's a $5 billion won, bro. You gonna beat the bro? What the fuck? It's not my problem. You won the game. I won the game. And you went twice. How you? It's about and I want to get my right back. You got one like me now. Oh, you don't. When you talk, you don't.
All right, man. So you guys hear that, man. LeBron James doing his press conference. And as he's walking off, he says his time's up. He starts talking with Anthony Davis about Squid Game. You know, the phenomenon that's swept the nation, hell, swept the world internationally. Everyone's rocking with this Squid Game. And once again, I tapped in a little bit about Squid Game earlier on one of my news videos. And I got a whole Squid Game video coming, strictly dedicated to talking about the show. So make sure you're here for that. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you're new, you subscribe. Join the discussion in the comments, because that's what it's all about over here on J Coffee Talk. And you come back, you know what I mean, for that video. And all the other topics we talk about over here. But anyways, LeBron wasn't feeling the ending, okay? Once again, y'all, spoiler alert, he didn't like that the guy seemingly was having a happy ending. You know, he won the Squid Game. He could fix his financial problems, even though he wasn't really dipping into the money like that. You know, he had a lot on his mind, but seemingly everything was kind of all straightened out. And he wanted to go see his kid off in America. He was ready to get on that plane and go about his business. And, you know, right before he got on the plane, though, he saw the Squid Game guy playing that game. You know, the guy that lures everyone in. They send him out to subways to find people down on their luck in all kinds of debt, financial problems, you know, and lure them into the Squid Game. And, you know, he took the card from the one guy and he's about to get on the flight, and then he couldn't resist it. He had to pick up the phone, and they told him player number. Someone hopped in the comments. I forget dude's player number. Don't do it. Get on that flight. That's wild too, right? They knew where he was right in that moment. That guy on the subway must have tapped in with them, you know, via the Squid phone and let him know, yo, I just seen, you know, our recent winner. But anyways, he decided to turn around and go, I guess, we don't know, cliffhanger, that's the ending right there, to go back to the Squid Game and who knows, shut it down, save the day. I don't know. We'll have to wait. Maybe a sequel. We don't know yet, but that's what LeBron said. I know they're probably going to go do a sequel or whatever, but come on, man, go see your kid. What in the fuck are you doing? Well, the creator of Squid Game, and apologies if I'm getting the name wrong, Hwang Dong-Hyuk, he's not feeling what LeBron said here. He kind of threw some shade, threw some shots at LeBron, low key, you know what I'm saying? Kind of passive aggressive. We don't really know that because, you know, I didn't hear the audio of it, but just reading it, I was like, okay, this guy, you know, he's coming with the sarcasm and some lighthearted passive aggressiveness for LeBron. That's my ending. If he has his own ending, that would satisfy him. Maybe he could go make his own sequel. I'll check it out and maybe send him a message saying, I liked your whole show, except the ending. He also went on to say, you know, that's just a clip of what he had to say. But he also said, hey, have you seen Space Jam 2? And that's where I'm saying the passive aggressiveness, the sarcasm is coming into play. Like, he wasn't feeling it. I don't know. LeBron got under his skin. I think he said something too along the lines of like, hey, LeBron's a cool guy. You know, he can say whatever he wants. But, you know, Hwang Dong-Hyuk holds this near and dear to his heart, it seems. This show, we know it swept the world, as I stated earlier in the video. You know, everywhere you go, everyone is talking about Squid Game. He came up with this back in '08. This was his dream to make this show. Kind of shows it was a timeless concept. You know how sometimes things can be dated? You come up with it and then a couple of years down the road, you know what I mean? You might be like, oh man, that was a bad idea. No, this guy came up with this, 13 years ago? And we're just seeing it now. It took him all the way until 2019 to get some investors behind this thing. You know, he was going around pitching it. And, you know, he found a home for his dream at Netflix. And he's having much success. Shout out to this guy. But, hey, I don't know much about this guy. You know, I don't know if this is his real first big shot in the entertainment world or whatever, making movies and TV shows or whatnot or what. But, you know, you got to be thick-skinned. Everyone's a critic. Hell, Jay Coffee Talk, just some random schmuck, you know, who people love to diss and try to slander on the internet. I'm a critic. Anyone can be a critic. It's 2021, y'all. But in reality, what did everyone think about that? Like, do you agree with LeBron? LeBron, did you not like the ending as well? I'm curious to know. Make sure to get up in the comments. I'll tell you this. This really doesn't have anything too serious to do with the show. But what in the fuck was good with the just out of nowhere, the pink hair? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A couple of people that I watched the show with, I talked to them about that, and it kind of stuck in their crow as well. I mean, I know it don't really mean shit. It's not that significant, or maybe there was some kind of symbolism behind that. But I'm just like, and I just rewatched that too, and I said, I don't know. That just kind of threw me off. Like, why did dude just say, yo, let me get this fresh cut with the pink hair? You know what I mean? And when he was in the salon, we can't even call it a barber shop, when the lady said, yo, what kind of cut you gonna go with? Your hair's long. Like, what are we doing here? You want a shorter cut, or how we doing this? You want a perm, she said. He starts looking at the different pictures, the model pictures they have in there for the different hairdos and styles and whatnot. And it was a woman on the thing, he said, you know. But I don't know. I mean, more power to him. I don't know. That shit just threw me off. Like, jump in the comments, anyone else, if the whole pink hair thing, you're just like, what was that all about? You know what I mean? But getting back to what I was saying, like, do you guys agree with LeBron? Did you not like the ending as well? You know, like I said, everyone is a critic. You got to be thick-skinned. But maybe he just didn't like LeBron's tone. Maybe he didn't like the attitude LeBron was coming with. I don't know. I mean, it's not like LeBron was shitting all over the show or whatever. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel the show's creator a little bit like, yeah, that LeBron, he's getting a little too big for his britches, shitting on my Squid Game. And then, like I said, I like that he threw some shots back at LeBron talking about Space Jam 2. And for the record, I never seen it. You know what I mean? But what I will say is the Toon Squad's new jerseys, weak. Them original Toon Squad jerseys, Space Jam 1, better jerseys. I don't know. But who's seen Space Jam 2? Was it any good? Was it buns, as the way this guy is kind of referring to it, like it's a piece of garbage? Let me know. You know, did it live up to the original? And speaking of originals and sequels, what we were just talking about with Squid Game season 2 possibly, that's the question everyone's been asking, as you know, everyone's been watching it and it's such a cliffhanger ending. The creator actually said there isn't one already in production. He hasn't written a second one or anything. But what he did say is if they do go with a sequel, he wants to have a staff of writers to assist him. As for this first season, you know, that, like we said, he started creating back in 2008. He did everything solo dolo, I believe, directing and all that. Like, this guy was a one-man gang, a one-man crew when it came to this. So I guess the second time around, he's just a bit overwhelmed and wants some help and some other people's input, I guess, you know. But from my understanding, And I heard this specifically from, as the show is a Korean show, from a Korean American who's lived in Korea and in America, told me that a lot of Korean shows end that way, with just a wild cliffhanger ending, and that's it. You never see a sequel. You know what I'm saying? So in the Korean cinema world, this isn't nothing crazy for it just to end like this. And you're like, well, what happens next? But for the record, right now, no Squid Game 2 coming. If there was one to come, which the guy was very open to it. He just said it's not in the works yet. And, he wants to get some help if he does do it. But what do you guys think would be, like, if they did do a Squid Game 2, what do you think would be, season 2, season 3, if they stretch it on? There's so much they could go with, obviously, what happens next. But there's a lot of story that they could tell prequel-wise. How did the Squid Game come about? And, certain characters, tell a little bit more about their story. There's a lot that they can do with this. So, I got a feeling it'll be a sequel coming. It's just too hot, I think. I don't know, or maybe the guy will just say, you know what, one and done. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But aside from all this, LeBron responded to this, as you see on Twitter. He said, "This can't be real," and threw up a bunch of laughing emojis, almost like, I don't know. Seems like LeBron's throwing some shade back. So, I don't know, that's all we got on this one now. Will there be a sequel coming? Will LeBron and this guy have a debate? Is this the last we heard of LeBron when it comes to the whole Squid Game saga? Jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Like I said, for people who were and are fans of watching Squid Game, video coming very, very soon where we're specifically talking about the show. And I talked a little too much on this one. I was supposed to just, talk about the lecture at hand here and not really dive in too much about the show. But I don't know. It's Jay Coffee Talk. That's what I like to do, is talk my ish. And that's it on this one. So make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that Squid Game episode. And if you're new over here, we cover music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And join the discussion, because that's what it's all about over here, hearing from the people what y'all got to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm up out of here. Peace.